So good morning, guys. Euro USD kept pushing up higher as expected from the quarterly open. Actually, it didn't keep on pushing up higher. Give me a second. Let me clear up my chart because I can see it's a bit messy. So you might come in and think, what is this guy doing? So let's clear up the chart and so you guys can see what I'm talking about clearly. Um, I hope we all had a good day yesterday. We'll talk about I'm in a position right now, AUD USD, which if you were here yesterday, you should be in that position too, perhaps. But we'll talk about that in a second. So let's see. So the first thing about Euro USD that we know is, as always, we identify what's our swing structure, right? So for this was our breakout structure. So this was our swing low, our swing high. Now we pulled back. Now we broke this structure, right? So this becomes that swing low, and this becomes that swing high. Now, if we look at it fractally on the daily, you can see, okay, fractal high. This was our fractal low, right? So these are daily fractal low. These are daily fractal high. So now we're just retracing into what? Into discount levels. If you pull up PVD tool from that fractals, if you just take it fractally, right? Take it fractally. Give me a second. You see our PVD tool, right? We're in discount, right? So it's quite fine. And then we have the quarterly open, which can act as support, right, for this market. So it's quite fine for you. For us, I'm interested in Euro USD longs, right? But I want to see some manipulation, right? That's the important. I want to see some liquidity taken out. I want to see some manipulation. Perhaps then this area of demand, we come into this area of demand after taking out all this liquidity. Then we see that change of character, right? So, right, we have something like this, right? So we see that, right? Then we see that change of character, right? And then we start to look for higher prices on Euro USD. So if you see in the beginning of this video, I had my risk to reward tool. I had one place here, right? So this is the first place I'm looking for a buy. If market gives us that, we take it up higher. Or this is my second place, right above. So we have this liquidity resting here. This place I marked red, so you can see the liquidity. Then you can see the area of demand, right? So you can see liquidity, you can see the area of demand, and then from there you could just long it, right? So those are my that's what I'm waiting for Euro USD, and that's what I'm waiting for the dollar. Now if we come to the dollar, on the dollar, we spoke about this, right? We spoke about this yesterday. We said, okay, so we're in the channel. We have the first touch, the second touch, and then we swept this low, right? So we swept the low. Now after sweeping the low, what do we expect? We had that retracements, right? So we pulled into this monthly open. It can act as resistance area to push the market down lower, because as you see, we're still in a downtrend. The thing with the dollar is we have this open liquidity, so it's still possible for us to look for higher prices, grab this descending high, and then from there we start to sell, right? That's one possibility. Or as I said from yesterday, we grab it and then we pull back, we break it, and then we just keep on going higher to this extreme liquidity, right? So we have those two possibilities I'm watching out for. If we start to sell from here, then we can just continue downward. But I suspect perhaps we want to grab some liquidity above, and then maybe we continue our move downward. Or since we're in the channel, remember, we have this extended move down, and then we started to consolidate towards the downside. So that could give us a possible chance. That's giving us possible signals for reversal. So let's keep that in mind while we're trading the dollar. Okay. On GBP USD, not much to say. I mean, we're still looking for. So for me, I'm looking for shorts, right? As I've said many times, right? So first of all, I was looking at this area of liquidity. Although, yeah, I wasn't looking to trade it. I was just identifying it that, okay, we have this move down. Then we have liquidity here. We have liquidity here, right? At that spot, it's possible that we can see continuation to the downside, right, from those liquidity points. So that was why I marked it. I wasn't particularly looking to trade this one because it's in the discount. I've seen price move from there before, but it's not according to my strategy. I would rather wait for here. Perhaps then we have some manipulation, and then we hit maybe the supply demand, and then we have that change of character, and we start to look for those sells on GU. So that's my outlook for GU for today. Let's see if we get higher prices into this liquidity high, and then from there we can see what happens. Okay. On NZD/USD, I mean, what can I say? Just a market that's ranging. Like if you look at this mechanically, right? Okay, so so we have this impulse move down, then we have this retracement back up, and now we're having lower prices and lower prices, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, right? That's all we're making. So for me, I don't want to look for buys from here. There's nothing telling me to look for buys from here. Okay, we have this area of demand. It's not even in the area of demand. There's no liquidity being grabbed. There's no liquidity in this move down. So I want, at least if I'm going to look for buys, I want to look for buys perhaps after this liquidity has been grabbed, right? So we have these ascending lows here, right? Perhaps after we grab this one, then we see that change of character, then we can look for those buys, because in this move we don't have liquidity, right? So it's possible that we just mirror that move back up, but I would be looking for it after liquidity has been grabbed, nothing before that. Anything right now is just being risky. For me, I see this as, okay, so now we had that push down, that rally, now we're having that base, right? So it's possible that we just swipe the lows and then reverse, or we just continue downward, right? So that's what I'm just watching out for. You don't need to risk your capital trading something that is not clear. It's always very important. You don't need to risk your capital trading something that is not clear. Okay. Now on AUD/USD. If you were here yesterday, we spoke about this and we're in a position. Why am I in a position? Because first of all, swing wise, you can see we're bearish from this swing low to this swing high. Then we retraced right into this quarterly open. We have liquidity resting above here, right? And once we have that liquidity resting above there, we went to the 4-hour. You can see these are 4-hour demand area. Let me mark that out. Right, so we have that 4-hour demand here. We came into that demand zone, grabbed that liquidity, and then we pushed up, create this new demand area. Up on that retest, I look for an entry, and now I'm targeting this liquidity zone here for 1 to 2.5 at least. So let's see how that AUD/USD wants to play out. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Let's see if we get nice TP on that one. That would be good. Now moving to USD/CHF. What can I say on USD/CHF, right? So swing wise, we're bearish. I think that's clear to see. So now we have this area as our area of supply, right, which grab liquidity above here, right, respecting this supply area, liquidity resting here. We grab that liquidity, now we push down. Now if we come back into here, you can start looking for those shorts, right? You can start looking for those shorts perhaps, because here also we have the quarterly open, which can also act as resistance from this area. So it's possible that we just, okay, we're creating these descending highs. Perhaps we come in, grab it, and then change that character, and then we start to look for those shorts, right? So for me, I'm just looking for shorts from this market. The only where I would be looking for longs, right? Okay. The only thing that would make me look for longs is if we start to see some high breaks. But for now, it's just short. I'm even waiting, because so here we have that supply zone that grab liquidity and push down. So this descending highs. So that's what I'm waiting for. Perhaps we grab them, change character, and then in that supply zone, and then we start to look for those shorts. Okay. On gold, guys, what can we say? Just buy gold, guys. Just buy gold. You retrace, look for liquidity being grabbed, and then buy gold. That's all I can say. I mean, look at this. Look at this impulse movement. This is just beautiful, and it's crazy how gold moves. It's magnificent. Like, just, I mean, whew, whew. That's beautiful. All right, guys, I'm sorry, I get excited. I mean, look at this price action. Who wouldn't get excited for this kind of price action? Okay, so we have this low, right? So I'm just waiting for some liquidation event. Upon the liquidation event, a change of character, and then boom, we look for those buys. Simple as ABC. Don't complicate it, just look for that. Okay guys, just look for that. On USD card, what can we say? It's a ranging market, and from range you want to sell from 0.75, and you want to buy from 0.25. If you look for those buys at 0.25, you can see, okay, this was the demand, boom, retrace, and then we just started to trickle upward. Now we have liquidity here, we have liquidity here, we have liquidity here. Let's see which one we grab, because this is a nice area of supply to sell from. We grab liquidity, it's a strong area of supply, then we push down. Broke structure. So coming above here, I would be very interested in looking for those short positions once we grab those liquidity and respect probably the 0.75 level. So let's keep that in mind. Let's watch out for that as the day progresses or as the week progresses. So guys, have a wonderful day. I wish you the best. Have a good trading week. Remember, protect your capital. That's the first step. Then we can look for and maximize opportunities in the market. I wish you the best. Good luck.